So then day 2 is going to start with our standard type of process where you, again, will start into Chapter 8. Keeping in mind this is a 2-day test for this one. I did make 2 changes to our learning for the chapters for second semester. It's with the mid-chapter free response and then the post-chapter free response. What you're going to find for this is the mid-chapter free response, if you read the new directions, this is not going to be retakeable. It can only be submitted one time, and this is the only assignment scheduled for a particular day. So in theory, this should be a 10 to 15 minute assignment, which is way shorter than your standard 45 to 1 hour of what an AP course should take. So this is a nice day, but again, it's not retakeable. I want you to do your best on this free response and then upload your answers here. Once the pacing deadline has been reached, because this will be the pacing deadline, is to have to achieve this assignment by a certain day. That's the other change to it. Typically the pacing was before the mid-chapter free response. Now your pacing score is going to be having to submit this mid-chapter free response. Once that pacing date has been reached, I will upload the answers to this free response so you can see the correct solution to it. Now the critiquing that you used to do in your mid-chapter free response is now going to be moved to the end of the chapter free response. So it's going to be the same process here. You're going to go into this initial free response, type up what you think the answer should be, then look at 2 different student write-ups and give them a critique. Wrap that up by actually looking at the actual scoring guidelines and seeing what a true 4 would look like, which is going to represent steps 1 through 4 here. Now steps 5, 6, and 7 are new to this one. Step 5, similar thing, you can print out the free response that's stated here, or you can just write on your separate sheet of paper. So click into the assignment here. For this particular chapter 8, the free response is actually embedded in here, so print it out if you would like. The next thing I want you to do is actually do your write-up on this without looking the answer up online. Now, one of the things I have noticed, which I understand why many of the students have been doing this, but I do not agree with it, is I can tell people have been going online and looking up the solutions to the actual free responses, adjusting your answers, and making sure you get the 4 out of 4. And again, I know that's different techniques other AP teachers have taught you. However, that's not the intention of this. That is not going to benefit you in the long run. So what I really want you to do is I'm changing how this is going to be graded. This is no longer graded on if it's accurate or not, because you are really kind of digging a hole for yourself by just looking up the answers and writing them out. What I want you to do is this: without looking up the solution online, do this free response the best that you can and upload your answer to it. When you're done with that, what's going to happen, you're going to be able to have access to the solution to it. So then look at the solution in here. Read it then. And don't worry if what you wrote makes no sense even. I would rather have you try this on your own in a genuine environment and then look at the real answer. Now, once that's done, you're going to wrap this up by actually doing another discussion. Step 7 is you're going to write a discussion about critiquing your write-up. So before here you did 2 critiques of different student write-ups for a different free response. Now you're going to do the second free response, the one you're not going to look up online, and you're going to compare your answer to the actual AP Board's answer, and then you're going to critique yourself. I am going to grade you on your critique, on how honest it is and how accurate it is. Give yourself a score of 1 to 4. It doesn't matter if you got a 1. Again, I think being more in a genuine mode for this and really taking it like you would on the actual May 16th exam is how you need to be doing these types of questions. And overall, I hope this change helps you better prepare yourself for the true free responses you're going to experience on the May exam.